If the home meets the first three needs of the caller, move directly to labeling phase by saying, this home sounds like a great option for you. May I ask, how are you going about finding in your house, right? This is where you're starting to get engaged. This is where you're starting to figure out, okay, where they're at in the process. Keep providing the caller with information and re-engaging until you hear no. Upon hearing no, you must immediately switch roles from information giver to labeler by asking the caller, are you currently in the market for a new home? Just because they've called you does not mean they're in the market for a new house. At the moment, they may be in the market next month. They may say, oh, well, yeah, I'm actually going on vacation. I got to get some money out of my retirement. They're good. Ask questions, you'll get the answer, but provide value first. When the call is ready to buy, yes, and using no process. So once relevant information has been provided, you must label the call by asking, are you currently in the market for a house? Yes. How are you going about finding your house? So they say yes. Once relevant information has been provided, you must label them, right? Oh, I already said this. All right. So if the call is ready to buy, this is interesting, guys. If the call is ready to buy, why is it that you're not selling them on your approach? Mike, because buyers are liars and I need to meet them first. Come on, folks. Build a relationship over the phone. This stuff right here, if you timed it, probably only takes 10 minutes. I've done it before. So if you get 6 buyer calls a day on properties, it'll take you a total of 1 hour. And then out of that 6, if you gave a little bit more value, out of the 6 buyers who called you, maybe you'll keep 4 and 2 they won't want to work with you because they're still kind of in the process, still early in the process. Maybe they just want to go look at open houses. Right, so you take a proactive process. What would that entail? It would begin with us getting together for an hour. Let's roll back. We don't need an hour, guys. And in today's Zoom, it's beautiful. It's beautiful. It's beautiful. It's beautiful. No need to meet at the coffee shop. Before we meet, we can meet on Zoom for 15 minutes. Hello, hello. Let me ask you, are you using technology to help your business? Yes or yes? Are you using it? Are you still thinking, oh, well, I don't have Zoom? Today in the world, I don't even know one person. Your great, 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 great grandmother, okay, knows Zoom. Stop it. We all have those Zoom parties. Use it to your advantage. 15 minutes on a call. Hello, face to face. We're in the human relationship business. Hello, do you see my face? So instead of using this dialogue, oh, are you open to getting together tomorrow at 2 o'clock at the office? You can still do that, but maybe do that on the second phase now. First meet them, 15 minutes, have a conversation, talk to them what it's like to work with you as a buyer's agent, do a shared screen, go over some data, boom, 15 minutes done. Instead of driving to their house, driving to the coffee shop, driving to the office. The office, you can do a deeper presentation after you've been out with them a few times. That makes sense. Those are for your VIPs. Call is ready to buy. So if they immediately say there's a benefit working with you, book the appointment for first meeting. And if you really want to get crazy, write and mail a thank you card. Again, you're going to forget, like, hello, we're in marketing right now. Mike, where's all these complex marketing things you talk about often? Well, this class first is to introduce you to how you increase the return on your investment, because just mailing a postcard, it's going to get you a return. But if you want to get a 2, 3, or 4 times return, do these things because you'll earn more business. Does that make sense? You'll earn more business by doing these other activities, because otherwise you'll keep spending money and spending money and spending money, and you'll continue to get that 1% return maybe, but then you're not going to get more. So you'll continue just 1, 1, 1. Now watch this. If you keep getting that, you get that 1, but then you increase it to a 2, then you increase it to a 3, you'll be able to continue to expand this campaign and generate leads in your sleep. Does that make sense? Or you can be like those prospectors. I love those prospectors. I've been a prospector, but I believe that I've diversified the business. That's how I got to the 7-figure piece. I diversified. Because while I was out prospecting, boom, my mail outs were out. My digital branding piece was out. So I was getting a lead from here, a lead from here, a lead from here, a lead from here. Diversify. Or you're going to be chasing the leads forever. That's okay too. I think there's a little bit less risk, right? You don't have that hard cost. You need to mail, guys. You need to mail. You need to market. You need to digitally brand. But in order to get the maximum value, you should be taking these activities, right? Book an appointment, write and mail a thank you card. Especially guys that are agents that are not that busy yet. My goodness, people, oh, I worked so many hours this week. Did you really work that many hours? Let's be real. You went on appointments between 4 and 7, okay? And early in the day, you thought about what you were going to do. Guys, I've been there before. That's the point. I'm not judging anybody. I've been in those stages. Like, oh, well, what should I do? Maybe I'll watch that next video, or I'll read that next book. That's cool. But don't overdo it, right? What's the main function of the business? Lead generation, lead conversion, client care, education. Those are the 4 things to generate more income in your business. Lead generation first. Call 4 hours prior to appointment to confirm. Today, you could use technology, right? You can pre-record a video that can go out, text message. Hey, I'm looking forward to meeting you. Pre-record a video, you send a text message out. Okay, you call people. You may be required to justify your reason for getting together though, right? So time is limited for everybody. So you must choose to invest in vital activities only, right? This is what we just mentioned. Consistently emailing information to behaviorally unwilling buyers is a high-risk venture and a hot stove issue. Let me explain. Remember, buyers, serious buyers, behave like serious buyers. But many agents, here's the thing, guys. Behavioral patterns change from time to time for buyers. But agents don't understand that, or they don't want to understand that. So for a buyer, you've been showing a buyer a house for 2 months, and the buyer says, you know what, I'm just not ready. I'm just not ready. I'm not ready now. I'll look in 6 months. Agents get really offended. Ah, I spent all my time with you. Ah, you wasted my time. Give me money. Give me money. That's horrible. That's horrible. You see, people change. They might have been excited, day 1, maybe even month 1, but things change in their lives, right? Job opportunities, after thinking about it again, they change their mind. So here's why it's important to start understanding who's a good buyer and who's a buyer that's not ready to go. And by the way, again, this is all marketing, folks. So Mike, what does that have to do with marketing? It has all to do with marketing, because what happens is when you generate the lead, this is what happens with most agents. They generate the leads, and then they waste their time with things that don't make sense after that, right? The buyers that they're working with are wasting their time. But everybody's wasting my time. No. You're just not asking the right questions, my friend. You're just not asking the right questions. You're not going A buyer, B buyer, C buyer, right? A buyer, ready to buy within the next 30 days. B buyer, ready 60, 90 days. C buyer, right? 90 to 180. D buyer, they're just being nurtured. So, right, you set the net to attract, to generate. Now you're in level 2, convert, right? All of this stuff makes sense. All this stuff ties in. I think people who are marketers, even some of who people believe they're great marketers, they're actually not as great as they think. I think Mark Cuban said it, right? Everybody can be a genius during a bull market, right? Everyone can be. Anytime the market is going up, everyone looks like a genius. Oh, I'm the super salesman. I know my marketing. My marketing is great, right? Can people generate leads when fishing are jumping out of the water, and you can visually see them? You're probably going to catch a lot of fish. When it starts to change, your systems get challenged. And then this is, just as it's mentioned here, high risk venture, right? You're so focused on the emotional, not the business aspect of it. You're so focused on the emotional aspect of it, right? Why are you so focused on the emotional aspect? When buyers have the right to change your mind, just because they were so excited yesterday and they liked you, right? So you earn that, they know, like, and trust you now, but then they change their mind. So what? Don't you have the right to change your mind? So when you're talking to people through Zoom now, you can't just email me the information, right? Oh, can you email me the information? Guys, everyone can email the information. The robot can email people information. Today with a Zoom, come on, folks. Give me a 15-minute to see your face, have a conversation, hello, provide some information. You like me, I like you. We're in the relationship business. Right? So you're working with an intentional, just continue reading the bold statements, guys, because you can take these slides later on. So, I'm extremely serious about my business. I have a process. I have an intentional and proactive team. Set the appointment to meet on Zoom. Do you find this valuable? Do you find this valuable? So you're justifying the quick 15-minute face-to-face phone call. Earn the trust. Again, think about it, guys. Right now, as the market transitions, you're going to need to earn the trust of more buyers, okay? Because you need to figure out how do you get to those VIP buyers. VIP meaning those that are ready, the A buyers, right? The people are ready to go in the next 30 days. Just because somebody says, oh, I've got all the money in the bank. You want to see my bank statements? I'm not impressed by bank statements. I'm like, that's horrible. I'm not impressed by bank statements because it doesn't mean they're going to spend that money. Hello, do you get it? There are people that have less money in the bank, but are ready to go than somebody who shows you a bank statement with $10 million in the bank. I'm ready to buy 17 houses. I love that brand new age that goes, Mike, I met an investor. They want to buy like 17 houses. It's an amazing opportunity. They came from overseas or they came from another state, wherever they came from. They are just so super excited to buy everything. Really? I personally like to work with people with emotions because people that have all that cash, they're not operating on emotions. They're looking for deals. I'm looking for a deal too. I'm a consumer, and I would hope that you as an agent is looking for a deal as well. I like people who are looking, especially in the residential piece, guys. We're talking about residential real estate here. Emotions, right? Someone needs a bigger place. Someone needs a smaller place. Someone looking to relocate. These are the best ways to work with customers. These are the things, the motivation pieces. That's my point. So here's a more direct approach. When you're trying to get onto that Zoom, I want to keep pushing Zoom because I think that's, you can probably, instead of like creating this appointment where you got to get ready, brush your teeth, brush your hair, go to put on that nice, suit jacket, nice business attire, show up, guys, do the Zoom for the first meeting I'm talking about. Later on, then you can meet at the office, meet at the coffee shop, wherever. So here's where to justify this meeting. Oh, Mike, but why would I meet with a buyer? Because you want to see where the VIP is at. You want to see the person that's engaging with you. Or are you just an order taker or you're an Uber driver? And there's nothing wrong with being an order taker and Uber driver, but this is the real estate business. This is not driving an Uber. This is not, taking orders at restaurants. So in regards to your next home, it is important that you make an informed decision. Because by the way, guys, because you treated this buyer with care, they're going to take to you more. So I know I might be losing some people at this point because you're thinking, oh my gosh, Mike's talking about buyers, but I'm trying to protect your investment when generating leads. So you should be talking to people how you're going to help them. Tell them you have a proactive approach. Don't just say I'm connected. I've got all the listings in the world. That's what most agents say. I've got any listing you want to see in MLS. Said the 500 other agents. I've got all the MLS listings. I'll send you something you like. I have access to the MLS. Guys, that's the 1990s or the early 2000s approach. I have access to the MLS. Right, so they have access to all the portals that have thousands and thousands of listings. So you're going to beat the machine. You're going to beat the algorithm that checks buyer behavior and sends them stuff. You're gonna outbeat them. Okay, yeah, keep trying that approach. You show your value, meet more people, know or label, right, where they're at in the process. How you label that is really just talking to them, simple conversation. Find out where they're at. See, guys, we live in the world of abundance. Many agents don't live in the world of abundance. Many entrepreneurs don't live in the world of abundance. If the buyer, if they're in the D, right, they're just not ready yet, you still have something for them as well. Put them into your system, put them into your CRM, let them see your sandbox with all your listings. That's why I believe in things that like Booge or Boomtown, right, where they can see all the listings. If you put them into the Zillows or Realtors, that's fine, but guess what? They're not in your sandbox. They could be distracted. You could put them to your Facebook business page, or your Instagram, your WeChat. The problem is they're still distracted because once they think property buying, they're looking at this page, but also looking at other things. That's how those machines are built. If you send them to a website with all your listings, with all your face and your branding, They're thinking about you. So the person say they're working with another agent. Don't give up, guys. Sometimes that's just by default because they don't know you yet. I'm working with another agent. Your job will be to talk about your process. Hey, listen, I respect you working with another agent. I take a different approach. Would you be open to meeting so I could talk about a different approach? But Mike, it's not worth talking to buyers. If you spent money on generating leads, why would you not try? You spent the money. And I get it, there are some agents that have not spent the money. Okay, that's even worse, right? It's someone else's money or it's someone else's investment, right? These are agents on a team, someone's taking leads. Okay, but the worst part is if you spent the money and you're just letting it slip through the cracks, that's bad, right? This is how you're going to protect your investment. So what if the caller is not a buyer? What if they're just calling to inquire about property? I'm not ready yet. Do you hang up the phone? Because I've seen that. Oh, you're not a buyer? Okay, no problem, bye. Crazy, bananas, actually. They're humans inquiring about something. So at some point, they may buy or sell, rent, they may know somebody. So it's a human calling. Talk to them, right? Are you currently market? No. So what? Why did you call, right? Let me just be really New York. Why did you call? Right? Try not to be so New York, be a little more gentle. So what initiated your call today? I'm just curious. I'm just curious. Did you just mark them now as a D buyer? You need to finish asking more questions, right? So you spent the money, whether it's postcards, mail outs, door hangers, they're curious, and then you're like, okay, bye, have a nice day. So do you currently own a house? Sometimes people are just curious, and people, I cannot believe that people miss this. Sometimes people, one guy asked recently, one of the agents is, you know, they said, are you selling houses? And I've heard this before. If someone called about a rental, but right, this is another fun part. When people say, I don't do rentals, how funny is this? I don't do rentals, no problem, and then you just hang up the phone. Do you know that sometimes landlords need to send other rental customers somewhere else? What if it was a seller? Boo-hoo. So you mailed a postcard. You forgot that you mailed the postcard to homeowners. Then someone called you and says, do you handle rentals? You said no. They called someone else. Fun part is, if you were to help that person, maybe they were the landlord, you mailed them a postcard saying, would you like to sell with me? They called you about, do you handle rentals, to help them with their problem. You put them away, you didn't even take their phone number down. They called someone else and they actually said, oh yeah, I have 2 tenants that they need to find a new place because I want to sell my house. Ding, 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 ding. A caller's a caller, folks. And if you don't spend the time to talk to those buyers, it's your investment. People ask, how do you get a bigger return on investment? These are the ways. I hope you're taking notes. Do you currently own a home? Yes. Have you ever thought about selling? No. Do you know anybody else? No, not at this time. Right? These are very basic dialogue, but you can have more conversation to get a little more information.